Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, baseballs, footballs, basketballs, and everyone else who loves balls, welcome. I am Steven with a V. Remember to stay hydrated. So today I want to change it up a little bit. I wasn't initially going to do political themed material, but it's almost impossible these days, but I'm going to try and keep it on the light side. So everyone knows, or most everyone knows, that federal laws overrule state laws in many circumstances. And many states have been arguing no states' rights, which may or may not be a valid point. However, there might be a distinct disadvantage to some certain state laws. However, some states have decided that their laws trump federal laws. And there's an up and a downside to this as well. So I wrote down my notes so I keep my facts straight here. So two issues I want to talk about with state rights: cannabis and guns. So now there are only I think 3 or 4 states left in the country where there's absolutely a 100% prohibition against any form of cannabis in every kind. Fair enough. You're free to do that. You're also free to to facilitate your citizens from going out of state and contributing to the tax rolls of your neighboring states. It doesn't stop your citizens from consuming cannabis, it only prevents them from buying it in your state. Kansas has no weed at all, but they're surrounded by Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Colorado, with a mix between completely legal and recreational cannabis to medicinal cannabis. So people in Kansas are traveling back and forth, but this is nothing new. People often who live near the borders of their states often go to a neighboring state to make purchases where the prices are more favorable. People go from one state to another to buy their car so that they don't have to pay their higher sales tax. So it doesn't always work. So Idaho nor Wyoming have legal cannabis of any kind. But that's okay because Washington, Oregon, Colorado, California, and Nevada all do. So the cannabis consumers in those states can also go to a neighboring state to buy their cannabis. Although technically it is illegal to do that. But people have been leaving their state to buy things in neighboring states because the tax advantages are better, less sales tax. So this is nothing new. So the law enforcement communities in those states who ban cannabis can't really readily pull over their own citizens coming back into the state thinking they might have cannabis. You need probable cause. The other issue is guns. More specifically, the states with very lax gun laws or no gun laws, open carry states. So I've known a few people who have left California. So I say people in states that don't have cannabis at all, but plenty of guns, if you want to turn that around a little bit, have fewer people dying from gun violence, and maybe a few more mellow people in your state, vote for cannabis legalization. Fight your representatives and tell them this is what you want. Also tell them that you need to institute background checks, red flag warnings, qualifications, maybe even insurance on each weapon, just like we already have for every car. You've got 3 cars, you've got all 3 of them insured because they can be lethal weapons. So Think about that next time you go to the polls. And now, it's meme 15. I don't have to respect your beliefs. I have to respect your right to hold those beliefs. Those beliefs themselves command no inherent respect. Some people were put here not to evolve. They're here to remind you of what it looks like if you don't. To be old and wise, you must first be young and stupid. In the meantime, I'm Stephen with a V. Please continue to take your meds. I'll see you on the next turn. Like and subscribe.